It's 9 o'clock tonight, and I'm so excited that I get to come for day 3 of the challenge. I want to give you a few minutes to join me. I'm so excited. I decided instead of doing this challenge tonight at 7 o'clock, it's a beautiful evening, and many of you were probably out taking in some of the sunshine and enjoying nature. I hope you were anyway. So I decided to move it back to 9 o'clock. So thank you so much for joining. So tonight, as I think about true freedom, day 3 of a 5-day challenge to true freedom, to live your amazing life. What is true freedom? How do you define true freedom? I define true freedom as that idea around knowing exactly who you are really, doing exactly what you were created to do, bringing and making a huge impact in the lives of others, and living and being a difference maker. That's true freedom. Do you know who you are? Are you doing what you created to do on the planet? Are you making an impact while doing it? That's true freedom. Day 1, we talking about making a decision to get unstuck. Because when we in the indecision, a place of indecision, we are stuck. We are ineffective and we're not impactful in our lives. We're neither going forward or we're going backwards. We're in the place of seeping out our energy. And we talked about yesterday, day 2, about facing your fear, that your treasure is guarded by your fear, which leads us to day 3. That treasure that I found on my journey that was guarded, hiding behind the fear of rejection. When I discovered and came face to face with fear of rejection, when I faced that fear, I discovered the greatest treasure of all. And I can promise you, on your journey, the greatest treasure that you will find on this journey to true freedom is discovering the powerful gift of you. Yes, you. Because it's you that has been waiting all along to be unleashed. It was you that was waiting all along to be recognized, to be seen, and to be heard, and to be expressed on the planet. After many years of living someone else's story, after many years people pleasing and getting my identity from external sources, I went on an inward journey. You have to embrace the journey of self-awareness. I went on an inward journey to discovering this gift of myself. For nearly 2 years, I went inward. I sat in silence and I asked myself 3 questions that I'm going to share with you. These 3 questions will empower you as you discover the answer. See, your life is something to be discovered. We don't necessarily know what it is that we're here to do. We discover it. And we discover it by asking questions. Thank you so much for joining. We discover our powerful selves. Thank you for joining, Dana. We discover our powerful selves by asking questions. We, again, don't come here with the knowing. Our inner knowing knows why we're here. But we have to discover it. And we do that through the power of igniting our inner leader. I call our inner leader. Some may call your higher self. Others may call your God self. But that part of you that's connected to God, when we ignite it through the power, I use the power of inquiry. There were 3 questions that I ask myself, and 3 questions that you must ask yourself if you're going to really be unstuck and live in true freedom on this planet. And the one question that you have to contend with, and it's not a one-time answer, guys. It's a lifetime answer. Every day you get to discover, who am I? Who am I? I went on this journey because I lost the identity that I knew through a great loss of a relationship, a 20-year marriage, followed by a second failed marriage. Who am I really? So I went within. The answers that you seek are not external. They are internal. They're waiting for you to discover them. And I tell you, when I ask that question, there was an exercise that I did with myself. Donna, what makes you happy? I want you to ask yourself. Dana, Pam, Sharon, what makes you happy? And I made a list of about 15 things that made me happy. And I believe it's in alignment with that quote. Don't ask what the world needs, but ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because that's what the world needs. So as I asked those questions, it became alive in me. I am this unique person, and I need to discover the uniqueness that God had put in me. I began to discover what my talents were. What were my natural gifts, those innate talents that God gave me? I began to discover what my values were. What thing did I find valuable? We all are unique. We are all imprinted with a special, we have like our thumbprints. They were saying there is not one thumbprint. It's not, they say it's the truth. There is not one thumbprint, even on identical twins that are like. And there is a unique thumbprint that God put upon your life, and it's up to you to discover it. No one can do it for us. We can't be lazy in this life. We have to go on that journey of self-discovery and ask, who am I? And you can't ask, who am I, without asking, who is God, the one that created you? I began to ask that. Been a Christian all my life, even licensed in the ministry. But I practiced religion for so long. But when life happened, I had to come face to face with a new understanding of the true and the living God. Who is God? And I found a God of grace and a God of mercy. Before that, I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's. I was that person, because people pleasers also try to be God pleasers. I crossed my T's and dotted my I's to get acceptance from God. You remember, my greatest fear was rejection. So I didn't want God to reject me. It was not out of a heart of love. It was out of a heart of approval. Let's be honest. We need to discover who God is. Because if we on this journey, it is a relationship that you begin to explore who God is to you. He became alive at a whole new level. And I began to see God not only in the four walls of the church. I began to see God in the creation. I began to see God in other faiths, in the way that people who even worship different than I worship. I saw God in them. I saw the love of God in them. I saw their light. And I began to understand that God is everywhere present. And his image and his likeness is all around us, in us. That we all have that greatness in us, and it's up to us to discover it and set it free. And the third question that empowers you on this journey is, why am I here? True freedom is not true freedom at all unless you understand why you are here. And you're willing to move past your fear we talked about yesterday. We're willing to change our relationship with fear. We become unstoppable. And what true freedom is doing that thing that you discover that you're here to do. Once you discover it, you're not going to discover the whole big story. You're going to discover a piece of it at a time. And as you discover, you take action. You guys tracking? You tracking with me tonight? So the most powerful thing you can do is to discover the power in you. Ignite within you and set it free. Set yourself free to be who you are really. To understand that you are supported by the God of the universe, and he has a unique expression that is you, that he wants to fulfill on the planet. And number 3, you have to know why you're here. And because you've changed your relationship with fear, You're about it. You're being about it. You're not just talking about it. So this work that I do, it's about this whole journey of discovering who I was and why I was here. And saying, yes, I'm raising my hand and I'm going to do it. True freedom is about igniting the power within, your inner leader, your God self, and expressing it on the planet, making an impact. That's your power play. That's what makes you powerful, when you are who you were created to be. Not being someone else, but who you are created to be. And you're on a journey to do nothing but discover yourself, discover more about who God is, and do what you came here to do. Game on. This is true freedom, guys. This is the journey that makes the difference on the planet. This is the journey that changes your life. This is the journey that changes the lives of those that you're here to change. Don't take it lightly. It's a calling. Answer with a sense of urgency. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Game on. Game on. Go get it.